What's up, everybody? Give me a few seconds here to get acclimated and then let a few more people join in real quick. During the live stream, if you have any questions, I have my laptop here set up so I can see everything you guys put in the chat room. I know there's a little bit of a delay with Facebook Live, so if I don't get right to you right away, just know that I'm looking at my laptop and I can already see the delay there. So yeah, I'll get to it if I see it. Okay, give me a few more minutes here to get everything set up. What's going on, Rick? What's going on, Matt? What's going on, Dimitri? Okay, if you're just joining, like I said, I have my laptop set up here. So if you guys have any questions, just ask me here on the side. And yeah, I'll get right to it. What time is it? 10 o'clock? All right, so yeah, we'll get going. My name is Jonathan Winbush of Winbush.tv. My background is in motion graphics. I've been doing motion graphics for like TV and movies and video games for over a decade now. And then the past few years, I've been doing 360 VR, augmented reality, and room scale VR. And so today, I'm going to be showing you how we did some of the effects for the Moonbase Invasion and Moonbase Invasion Remix using the Mettle VR plugin. I believe the Moonbase was the first professional project to use Mettle on a widescreen scale. And so basically, whenever Chris and Nancy approached me with it, it was kind of a plugin. Like it was something I never really seen before. Like, cause the whole concept of it is kind of just go in there and have fun. Don't really build out a roadmap of what you want to do. There's a ton of different effects. You might not know what they do. And it's all node based, so you can just kind of go in, slam a couple of effects together and see what comes out, which worked out perfect because for the Moonbase, we have Mixmaster Mike on the spaceship and he's flying through wormholes and flying through stars in space and in the center of the moon. And so it's kind of like the mantra just was like a perfect marriage for that situation because no one really knows what's out there. And so we were just able to go crazy and wild and build a bunch of different effects with it. And so if you're not familiar with Mantra, I'm on the Mettle's website right now. As you can see, it has over 16 modules, and they just updated the 1.2. It's definitely worth checking out. You can always download a demo as well to see if it's for you. So definitely go to the Mettle.com and check that out. And then I'll show you a little clip of what we did for the Moonbase here. So this is around the middle of the Moonbase Invasion remix. We have Mixmaster Mike there in the middle, spinning at the top of the spaceship. And as you can see in the background, I have a star map, and I'll show you a little bit how I did that later. Let's see. Down the left-hand side, we're using another Mettle plugin called Freeform Pro, which I could do another live session on how we did that effect also. All right, so yeah, that's basically what we did for the Moonbase Invasion. You can always check that out on your Oculus, Vive, mixed reality headsets, Facebook, YouTube, basically anywhere you can view 360 video, we're up there. And so let's jump into After Effects and kind of just play around a little bit. And so, like I said, they told me when they first approached me with the Mettle VR plugin, they kind of just said, go in, have fun, go wild. And so that's what I did. And since I've used it at first, it's had a bunch of upgrades, which one of the big ones I'm going to show you today is the audio reactivity. And so basically, if you have a soundtrack, you can have your effects kind of bouncing with the highs, the mids, the lows, the bass, any type of audio spectrum that you want to put in there. So if I go over to my effects, hit the Mettle presets. Oh, let me do this first. I like to put it on top of an adjustment layer. And let me know if you guys can hear me or if it's too low or whatnot. But I made an adjustment layer down here. I put the mantra there, and I like to put it there because sometimes I like to stack my video files. And so like with this particular file, since we're moving through space, there's a lot of black, and so I would use screen or unmult to kind of just stack my video layers on top of each other. And without messing with the mantra setup here, I could kind of just keep throwing stuff in there and seeing what crazy stuff comes up. And then down here, I have a soundtrack that Mike gave me the other day. He's calling it Frying Pan. Let me ran preview just to kind of show you what's going on there. Okay, so this video file I actually made in Cinema 4D. What I did was I went to the NASA website, I grabbed a couple of their nebula images, and then I put those on the cylinder in Cinema 4D. I wrapped it around, gave it some displacement, put my camera in the middle, and then I made just a loopable file so that my render times would be low. So if you watch this, it's actually a perfect loop going through there. And then I figured from there I would just throw mantra on top of that, kind of go crazy. Yeah, see, it's a perfect loop going there. So what I like to do, just to make sure my audio tracks are reacting to mantra, I like to start with the chrome sphere here. So I'll throw that in, and then I have this, you have this knob up here called audio reactivity. Here, let me move these out a little bit. So this is where I'm going to put my music layer. So yeah, go to your audio layer. I'll go down to my MP3 here, and then effects on master. You have 4 different bands here. I just pick a random band because basically I'll take my band spectrum from 0 all the way up to something high. Just take it up to the max so that our audio frequencies throughout the track just always react to our effects here. So 0 to, what is that, 16,500. And then you have different fall off types here. I like to stay within the smooth or the EXP-E just because it kind of gives you that nice fall off whenever you see the hit. Like you'll see when the hi-hat hits, it'll kind of jump up and then slowly ease back down. So I like using that effect. And then I'll come down here to my chrome spheres. I'm not going to do anything in the nodes yet, because it's going to react to everything that's below our mantra master panel up here. And so that you can see the effect. Let me, okay, so I went down to number of instances and made it 3, and then you automatically seen that pop up there. Let's run a RAM preview and see how it's reacting. Yeah, see, you can see with the smooth fall off, it's just, it's hitting when the hi-hat hits, and then it kind of slowly smooths back into its beginning position. So that lets us know that the audio is reacted to our footage. And so, oh yeah, I meant to tell you, the people at Mettle are going to be giving away a free license to Mantra VR. So if you're looking right now through our Facebook stream, please give us a like or a love or a happy face, anything in there. And then at the end of the stream, somebody from Mettle will be contacting you if you win. So make sure you hit the thumbs up, make sure you hit the heart, even better, or the smiley face, everything but the frowny face or the crying emoji there. We don't want any of those. But all right, let's get back into it. So I'm going to be quiet here for a little bit. I'm kind of just going to freestyle this, kind of just play around. So I'm going to go back over here to my effects and presets. Let's see. I usually like let's try out the radiant waves. As you can see, it kind of gives us like this glassy effect, which is kind of cool. And if I go on here to phase, just play around with the effects, see what the different parameters do. And then it might be cool to have the bass. Actually, let me go to a different part of the track. since we're at the beginning there, we'll move more into the song. And so to pull up my audio file or my WAV file there, I just went to my MP3, hit L twice, the shortcut, and you'll see your audio waves down there. And so let me turn off this effect. I just want to hear where we're at in our track. All right, that sounds like a good spot. So there's a lot of bass in there. What I want to do is I'm going to come up to my controls here, and I'm going to go to audio bass output. And as you can see, these are our nodes over here, and this is our connector node. And so I kind of wanted to, let's see, turn this back on. I want to react to the phase. So let's see if this will work here. I'll left click here, go down to my, where is it, phase. All right, let's see what happens now. Okay, let me move it down a little bit. Yeah, I mean, that looks pretty cool right there. So if I want to have any other type of effects on there, let's see, point of interest, wavelength, just kind of really going in and playing with it. And actually, I'm gonna knock back the hue a little bit on my video file here. It's a little bit too bright. Knock up my levels a little bit. Okay, something like that. Go back to my adjustment layer. Okay. Yeah, that's looking pretty cool. So let's see. Go back over here. Hit mantra. Let's see what else we want to throw in there. Kind of like the crumb spheres. Let's throw some more crumb spheres in there. And as you see, when I threw the crumb spheres in there, you've seen that the crumb spheres popped above the base. And that's because when you're stacking in your nodes, it will actually react on your panel over here. So if I take meridian waves down, you see meridian waves jump down in my attributes area over here. Then I bring that back up. It will automatically back up. So as you're just stacking in here, just keep that in mind, because like if I had crumb spheres and I throw it on top, it actually reacts to that in your thing here. Here, actually, let me make some more crumb spheres so you can see it. So we have our 3 crumb spheres here, and I bring meridian waves down, and you see they automatically get adjusted by the meridian waves. So let's have our crumb spheres kind of incrementally jumping around according to our base. I'm going to zero this back out. Look at our rotation around point of interest. I'm going to just link it up over here. Let's see what happens now. Yeah, so I can already see the effect happening. Our crumb spheres are kind of just going with the beat. It's banging. They're actually moving around. So it's giving us some cool effects in there. So this type of stuff would be cool for, like, if you're doing a stage show, you can have this on the projection screens behind you, or if you're doing something like a dome, like the Vortex Dome, this type of stuff is cool to have all around you. And if you kind of just want to see what it looks like with the Miniature VR, there's a globe in here, and you can actually see, yeah, shout outs to Matt. I see his artwork in there. We should update here in a second. There we go. So I'm working at a low res file, and I'm working half res, so it's not looking the greatest in here. But this will kind of show you what your effects are looking like in 360. And then you can also click it to see what it's wrapped around on your globe. So even if you're just working in normal 360, you don't want to have like your HDM on or anything, this is pretty cool to have there. So you can double click, go inside your composition and kind of see what you're working on. So that stuff is really helpful because sometimes it gets annoying putting on and off your Oculus or Vive or mixed reality set. So that's exactly what it would look like inside of a dome. But let's keep playing around with miniature a little bit. So we got some cool stuff going on with our crumb spheres. We got it hitting with the base. Let's see what else we want to do. Hyperbolics is pretty cool. Let's throw this in there. And this gives us kind of like a kaleidoscope type of effect. And so there's a couple in here. I think there's around 7. Yeah, if you go under Hyperbolic Tile, you have all these different selections in here. Let's just pick 4, see what it looks like. So we got like some type of flower fractal type of stuff, which I know Rick is really into. He does Fractal Friday all the time. So this type of stuff looks right up his alley. So just play around with the different parameters in here. We have zoom, we have tilt, what actually might be cool. Let me throw let's see what happens if I throw the mids on the tilt. Let's see what kind of reaction we get. And I can already see it hitting there. Yeah, sorry about the RAM preview there. Let's see. Yeah, so we're already getting some cool psychedelic, funky type projections. Then if we want to have it actually animating, so you really look like you're inside a kaleidoscope, you have these different variation parameters over here on your right hand side. And so let's just keyframe those. So I'll keyframe these. Let's just take it up to like 5 seconds and then just pick something random. So it looks like some type of weird flower blooming. Some intergalactic flower blooming over there. And actually, let's have it. Let's keyframe our roll axis too, just for the fun of it. You can already see as we hit our mids there, it's really blasting our fractals there. If you really want to get crazy with it, there's a plugin that comes with After Effects. I'm going to throw another adjustment layer just for now. If you go over here, type in Colorama, you could just come up with all types of crazy color patterns. If you go to your output cycle, there's a bunch of presets here. We get Caribbean colors. We could do ramp red. We do black and white. There's all types of fun stuff in here. So sometimes I like to just go in here, play around with Colorama, and then come down to your modes, attributes, and hit like overlay, stuff like that. Just see what kind of fun stuff you come up with. See, there's hard light, vivid light, move this pin light, hard mix. So yeah, I mean, just like we said, it's all about just throwing stuff on there, having fun, not worrying about the results, just coming up with something until you like it. So let's see, maybe I'll take my meridian waves, bring it under my hyperbolic, see what that looks like. Remember, when you're moving the nodes over here, it automatically jumped down to my attributes over here and it updated in real time. So now we have our kaleidoscope effect kind of with this glassy look over top of it. And then let's see, I have some more pre-rendered videos in here. Let's see what else we could just throw in here. Okay, so I have this. I rendered it out the same way actually in Cinema 4D. I took a donut and I put a camera in the middle of it, and I kind of just rotated the donut around the camera. So whenever you have it in 360, it looks like you're just going continuously around, like you know, when you're going through warp speed. Like, you know, you could put some type of blur effect on there, and it looks like you're going through like a Star Wars warp speed, and that's just a continuous loop there as well. So since this is 360, let's throw this on top of, actually let's throw it under my adjustment layer. And then I like to add the VR glow and stuff like this, which comes inside your, if you go over to your effects and presets, type in VR, you'll see all your stuff that comes with After Effects, and then you'll see all the Mettle stuff over here as well. So VR glow comes with your After Effects 2018. You throw that in there. Let's see. Could raise up. Sorry, let me say. What's going on, Charles? What's going on, Brian, Gina, Eric, Marshall, Rick? Thank you guys for joining me on this stream. And then back to here. Okay, so yeah, just adds subtle detail in there with the glow. So let me go back over here. I'm gonna unsolo my wormhole, and I'm gonna actually go over to my modes and hit screen to knock out all the blacks, and it automatically goes over top of my thing here. So if I do it without my mantra, I turned off the mantra layer, this is what it looks like in there. Looks a little bit messy, but as soon as I put mantra back on, it just gives us a little bit extra effects in there, some cool stuff. And then let me see, I'm gonna put a black solid behind everything, because I'm going to take our original wormhole, I'm gonna knock down the opacity on it. Let's see what we get there. So that's looking pretty dope. I like that. Yeah, so that looks cool. Actually, let me see if this will work. I'm gonna go over and try the repeater. I kind of wanted to give a vibe that everything was coming to life in there. So I'm a keyframe. Let me see. No, that's not the one I was looking for. Here, bring our base back up. Maybe it's twirl. Let me see. Yeah, there we go. Twirl's pretty cool. Then I'm gonna hook twirl up to, let's just say, our highest. So what was that? Strength. I'm gonna connect that over to my strength. That's a little bit too strong, so I'll take my high output, bring it down just a tad bit, because we just want a little bit of reaction to it. Let's see what we get. Yeah, it's like I already see in the RAM preview how it's kind of jerking with the twist to the hi-hats there. Then let's see what else. It might be cool. I threw this up on Instagram last night. I was playing around with it, but we can actually put like a primitive in the middle of all this. So I clicked on primitive here, and you have your different shapes. You could do a cube. You can do, what is it, rods, spheres. Let's see what that looks like. And then it's an actual 3D object, so you can have it rotating in here. But what's cool about it is if you get onto here, you could put materials on there, just as if you're in Cinema 4D, because it's a 3D model. You could put materials in there. You could, I could have some type of environmental maps on there. So like I just picked my wormhole effect there. You can automatically see that attached on there. And then you have all these other attributes like reflectivity, So it makes it like shiny, like it's chrome. Let's see, bring it up. So yeah, you just go in here, play around with the different attributes in here. Or here, let me do this. Let me see. So I have my W for my logo. I'm gonna just bring that underneath the black here because I just want to use it to project on our 3D primitive here. So let me see. Go down to texture. Actually, let's make this into a cube. All right, so now you see my logo on there. Let me move it up. Let me turn down the reflectivity a little bit. Turn up the ambient. Is that what I want? Ambient. There we go. Let's see. You can see the primitive is also reactive to the audio, so it's going to bounce around to the beat. Yeah, so if you're doing something for like a DJ or an artist and they have their logo, you can actually throw it in the middle of your mix there and have that projecting and hitting to the beat as they're performing. So yeah, I mean, that's pretty much just what I do with Mantra, just playing around. If you guys have any questions, feel free to ask me in the chat. I'll try to answer whatever you guys got out there. Yeah, so that's it. I mean, is there anything you guys wanted to see out there? Anything you want me to play around with? Any questions you have on any of these effects over here, just let me know. If not, you can always reach me through my website, winbush.tv, or you can email me, jonathanwinbush@gmail.com. And then I'm going to be at NAB through the AMD booth, and so if you see me out there, feel free to come over, ask me any questions during the presentation. I'm gonna be showing some more VR stuff out there, and then yeah, that's about it. So thank you guys for joining my chat. I don't see any questions in there. All right, cool. Thank you guys. I'll see you next time.